When we first learn to count, we use whole numbers, 1, 2, 3. We hop from one solid integer to the next, but there is a lot of space between those hops. If we zoom in on the space between 0 and 1, we see it can be sliced into smaller and smaller intervals. These specific points between the integers are where fractions live. This is where we find rational numbers. They are written in the form p over q. Here, q tells us how many equal pieces make up a whole unit, and p tells us exactly how many of those pieces we have. There is one strict requirement for the denominator q. It can never be 0. Because we cannot divide a quantity into 0 parts, any fraction with 0 on the bottom is mathematically undefined. By using these two integers together, we can identify any specific point on the number line, no matter how small the gap is between the whole numbers. Just like the whole numbers on either side of 0, rational numbers have a direction. They can be either positive or negative. A rational number is positive if the numerator and denominator share the same sign. Even if both are negative, like -2 over -7, they cancel out. But if the signs clash, when only the top or bottom is negative, the entire number becomes negative. This makes comparisons simple. Any positive rational number is always going to be larger than any negative rational number because it sits to the right of 0 on the number line. By checking whether those signs match or clash, you can immediately determine if a number represents a value above or below 0. One of the most important things to realize about rational numbers is that the same value can be written in many different ways. Think about a circle divided in half. If you cut that same half into 2 smaller pieces, you have 2 quarters. If you cut it into 10 tiny pieces, you have 10 twentieths. Even though the numbers change, the total amount of space being covered is identical. We find these equivalent values by multiplying or dividing both the top and the bottom by the same number. This scales the fraction up or down without changing where it actually sits on the number line. Once you know how to scale these numbers, you can easily change how a fraction looks to make it easier to work with. Because there are so many ways to write the same value, mathematicians use something called standard form. This is the simplest, most uniform version of a rational number. To reach standard form, you have to pass 2 checks. First, the denominator at the bottom must be a positive integer. If there is a negative sign on the bottom, you move it up to the numerator. Second, you must divide both the top and bottom by their highest common factor. You keep dividing until they share no common factors other than 1, which makes them co-prime. Take 12 over -18. First, we move the minus sign up to get -12 over 18. Then we divide both by 6. That leaves us with -2 over 3. By using this standard format, we ensure that everyone is using the same simple names for these fractional values. While fractions show exact parts of a whole, computers and calculators often translate those fractions into decimals. The fraction bar itself acts as a division sign. To find the decimal version of any rational number, you simply divide the top number by the bottom one. Sometimes the division ends cleanly. As we see here, 1 divided by 4 results in exactly 0.25. Because it has a definite end, we call this a terminating decimal. Other times, division never stops. 2 divided by 3 repeats the number 6 infinitely, a non-terminating repeating decimal. Instead of writing the same digit forever, we use bar notation. A solid bar over the 6 shows the infinite repetition. These decimals are just a different way of writing the same rational values, allowing us to use them in digital calculations. When we look at these points plotted on the number line, we can see exactly where these fractions land in relation to one another. Whether we write a number as -12 over 18, simplify it to -2/3, or see it on a calculator as -0.6 repeating, we are looking at the exact same location on the line. Understanding rational numbers gives you a way to measure and compare all the quantities that fall between our whole numbers.